भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके
भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी।
श्रीमद्भागवतम कैंटो 2 चैप्टर 2 verse 5. Let me share the screen. Okay. चीराणि किं पति न सन्ति दिशन्ति भिक्षाम्
क्षीराणि किं पति न सन्ति दिशन्ति भिक्षाम्।
नैवाङ्घ्रिपा परभृतः सरितोऽपि अशुष्यम्
नैवाग्रिपा परभृता सरितोऽपि अश्यन्।
रुद्धा गुहा किमजितोऽवति नोपसन्नान्
रुद्धा गुहा किमजितोऽवति नोपसन्नान्।
कस्माद् भजन्ति कवयो धनदुर्मदान्तान्
कस्माद् भजन्ति कवयो धनदुर्मदान्तान्।
चीराणि किं पति न सन्ति दिशन्ति भिक्षाम्
चिराणि किं पति न सन्ति दिशन्ति भिक्षाम्।
नैवाङ्घ्रिपा परभृतः सरितोऽपि अशुष्यान्
नैवाग्रिपा परभृता सरितोऽपि अशुष्यन्।
रुद्धा गुहा किमजितोऽवति नोपसन्नान्
रुद्धा गुहा किमजितोऽवति नोपसन्नान्।
कस्माद् भजन्ति कवयो धनदुर्मदान्तान्
तस्माद् भजन्ति कवयो धनदुर्मदान्तान्।
चीराणि किं पति न सन्ति दिशन्ति भिक्षाम्
क्षीराणि किं पति न सन्ति दिशन्ति भिक्षाम्।
नैवाङ्घ्रिपा परभृतः सरितोऽप्यशुष्यान्
नैवाग्रिपा परभृतः सरितोऽपि अश्यन्।
रुद्धा गुहा किमजितोऽवति नोपसन्नान्
रुद्धा गुहा किमजितोऽवति नोपसन्नान्।
कस्माद् भजन्ति कवयो धनदुर्मदान्तान्
कस्माद् भजन्ति कवयो धनदुर्मदान्तान्।
Yeah, recite please.
किं पति न सन्ति दिशन्ति भिक्षाम्।
चीराणि किं पति न सन्ति विशन्ति भिक्षाम्
नैवाङ्घ्रिपा परभृता सरितोऽपि अशुषन्।
नैवाङ्घ्रिपा परभृतः सरितोऽप्यशुष्यान्
रुद्धा गुहा किमजितोऽवति नोपसन्नान्।
रुद्धा गुहाक किमचितोऽवतिपोपसन्नान्
कस्माद् भजन्ति कवयो धनदुर्मदान्तान्।
कस्माद् भजन्ति कवयो धनदुर्मदान्तान्
चिराणि किं पथि न सन्ति दिशन्ति भिक्षाम्। चिराणि किं पथि न सन्ति दिशन्ति
I lost
भिक्षाम्।
today.
नैवाङ्घ्रिपा परभृता सरितोऽपि अशुष्यान्। नैवाङ्घ्रिपा परभृता सरितोऽपि अशुष्यान्। रुधा गुहा किम् अजितोऽवति नोपसन्नान्।
रुद्धा गुहा किमजितोऽवति नोपसन्नान्
कस्माद् भजन्ति कवयो धनदुर्मन्त्रदान्
Kasmat bhajanti kavayo dhanadurmadandan. Translation purport by His Divine Grace of Charnarunda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Synonyms: Chirani, torn clothes.
Hirani, torn clothes.
Kim, weather.
Kim, weather.
Pati, on the road.
Pati, on the road.
Na, not.
Na, not.
Santi, there is.
Santi, there is.
Dishanti, giving charity.
Dishanti, given charity.
Bhiksham, alms.
Bhiksham, alms.
Na, not.
No, no.
Eva, also.
Eva, also.
Angripa, the trees.
Angripa, the trees.
Parabhrita, one who maintains others.
Parabrita, one who maintains others.
Sarita, the rivers.
Sarita, the rivers.
Api, also.
Api, also.
Association, having dried up.
Ashran, have the
Ruddha, closed. Guha, caves. Kim, weather. Ajita, the Almighty Lord.
Ajita, the Almighty Lord.
Avati, give protection.
Avati, give protection.
Na, not.
No, not.
Upasannan, the surrendered soul.
Upasannan, the surrendered soul.
Kasmat, what for then?
Kasmat, what for them?
Bhajanti, flatters.
Bhajanti, flatters.
Khavaya, the learned.
Kavaya, the learned.
Dhana, wealth.
Dhana, wealth.
Durmadandhan, too intoxicated by.
Durmadana, too intoxicated by.
Translation, please repeat after me. Are there no torn clothes lying on the common road?
Are there no torn clothes lying on the common road?
Do the trees which exist for maintaining others no longer give alms in charity?
Do the trees which exist for maintaining others no longer give alms in charity?
Do the rivers being dried up no longer supply water to the thirsty?
Do the rivers being dried up no longer supply water to the thirsty?
Are the caves of the mountains now closed?
Are the caves of the mountains now closed?
Or, above all, does the Almighty Lord not protect the fully surrendered souls?
Or above all, does the Almighty Lord not protect the fully surrendered souls?
Why then do the learned sages go to flatter those who are intoxicated by hard-earned wealth?
Why then do the learned sages go to flatter those who are intoxicated by hard-earned wealth?
Purport.
Purport. The renounced order of life is never meant for begging or living at the cost of others as a parasite. According to the dictionary, a parasite is a sycophant who lives at the cost of society without making any contribution to that society. The renounced order is meant for contributing something substantial to society and not depending on the earnings of the householders. On the contrary, acceptance of alms from the householders by the bona fide mendicant is an opportunity afforded by the saint for the tangible benefit of the donor. In the Sanatan Dharma institution, alms giving to the mendicant is a part of a householder's duty, and it is advised in the scriptures that the householder should treat the mendicants as their family children and should provide them with food, clothing, etc., without being asked. Pseudo mendicants Pseudo-mendicants, therefore, should not take advantage of the charitable disposition of the faithful householders. The first duty of a person in the renounced order of life is to contribute some literary work for the benefit of the human being in order to give him realized direction towards self-realization. Amongst the other duties in the renounced order of life of Srila Sanatan, Srila Rupa, and the other Goswamis of Vrindavan, the foremost duty discharged by them was to hold learned discourses amongst themselves at Seva Kunj, Vrindavan, the spot where Sri Radha Damodar temple was established by Srila Jiva Goswami and where the actual Samadhi tombs of Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Jiva Goswami were laid. For the benefit of all in human society, they left behind them immense literatures of transcendental importance. Similarly, all the acharyas who voluntarily accepted the renounced order of life aimed at benefiting human society and not at living a comfortable or irresponsible life at the cost of others. However, those who cannot give any contribution should not go to the householders for food. For such mendicants, asking bread from the householders is considered circumstances, he must be of firm faith and conviction that the Supreme Lord is the maintainer of all living beings everywhere in the universe. Why then would he neglect the maintenance of a surrendered soul who is 100% engaged in the service of the Lord? A common master looks to the necessities of his servant. So, how much more would the all powerful, all opulent Supreme Lord look after the necessities of life for a fully surrendered soul? The general rule is that a mendicant devotee will accept a simple small loincloth without asking anyone to give it in charity. He simply salvages it from the rejected torn cloth thrown in the street. When he is hungry, he may go to a magnanimous tree which drops fruits, and when he is thirsty, he may drink water from the flowing river. He does not require to live in a comfortable house, but should find a cave in the hills and not be afraid of jungle animals, keeping faith in God who lives in everyone's heart. The Lord may dictate to tigers and other jungle animals not to disturb his devotee. Haridas Thakur, a great devotee of Lord Sri Chaitanya, used to live in such a cave, and by chance a great venomous snake was a co-partner of the cave. Some admirer of Haridas Thakur Thakur who had to visit the Thakur every day, feared the snake and suggested that the Thakur leave that place. Because his devotee were afraid of the snake and they were regularly visiting the cave, Thakur Haridas agreed to the proposal on their account. But as soon as this was settled, the snake actually crawled out of its hole in the cave before everyone present, and left the cave for good. By the dictation of the Lord, who lived also within the heart of the snake gave preference to Haridas and decided to leave the place and not disturb him. So, this is a tangible example of how the Lord gives protection to a bona fide devotee like Haridas Thakur. According to the regulations of the Sanatan Dharma institution, one is trained from the beginning to depend fully on the protection of the Lord in all circumstances. The path of renunciation is recommended for acceptance by one who is fully accomplished and fully purified in his existence. This stage is described also in Bhagavad Gita 16.5 as Dvaivi Sampat. A human being is required to accumulate Dvaivi Sampat or spiritual assets. Otherwise, the next alternative, Asuri Sampat or material assets, will overcome him disproportionately, and thus one will be forced into the entanglement of different miseries of the material world. A sannyasi should always live alone without company, and he must be fearless. He should never be afraid of living alone, although he is never alone. The Lord is residing in everyone's heart, and unless one is purified by the prescribed process, one will feel that he is alone. But a man in the renounced order of life must be purified by the process. Thus, he will feel the presence of the Lord everywhere and will have nothing to fear, such as being without any company. Everyone can become a fearless and honest person if his very existence is purified by discharging the prescribed duty for each and every order of life. And one can become fixed in one's prescribed duty by faithful oral reception of Vedic instructions and assimilation of the essence of Vedic knowledge by devotional service to the Lord.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Very wonderful purport and very wonderful, uh, question of trigger. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimathe Jaya Pataka Swaminiti Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayine Gaurakatha Damatha Nagara Grama Tharine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunavade पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे हरिहराय नमः कृष्ण यादवाय नमः हरे गोपाल गोविंद राम श्रीमधुसूदानां मुखां करोति वाचालं पंगुलं गायते गिरिमत् कृपातमां वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणं परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्यमीश्वरं हरि ओम तत्सत्. So Prabhupada concludes the purport very beautifully that one can become fixed in one's prescribed duty by faithful oral reception of Vedic instructions and assimilation of the essence of the Vedic knowledge by devotional service to the Lord. Beautiful. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. In the first canto, second chapter, we have seen these words. Very, 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 very beautiful words. The supreme occupation dharma for all humanity, Savai Pumsam, is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendent Lord. Yani, Savai Pumsam, for all the humanity of the Lord. Paro Dharmo, the supreme occupation. Yato Bhaktir, loving devotional service. Adokshaje, unto the transcendent Lord. And this devotional service should not be expecting any materialistic motivation or spiritual motivation. It should be unmotivated materially, uninterrupted completely. That will satisfy the self. Very beautiful. This is the highest type of religious performances. One can achieve the perfection of loving God. Yato bhaktir adokshaje. Bhakti means to offer transcendental loving service to the Supreme Lord. That is called bhakti. Bhajdatu sevaya. That's a verb actually. Bhaj means to render service, and Just like servant rendered service to the master, friend service to the friend. So wife rendered service to the husband rendered service to the wife. So the service rendering process is going on everywhere anyway. Nobody is absolute that it doesn't render service to anyone. That's impossible. Huh? So somebody has no master to serve, then they voluntarily accept a cat or a dog as his master and they serve. Huh? The nice name is pet dog, but it is serving. The mother serves the child. So one who has no child, he takes the cat as her child and serves. So the service mood that's going on everywhere. But the highest perfection of that service is only when we learn to serve the supreme absolute Lord. That is called bhakti. Execution of service to the Lord is ahai. Just like mother is serving the child, not with any expectation. She loves to serve the child. She wants to see the child is in comfort. The child does not feel any discomfiture. That is her pleasure. There is no reason why she is loving. That is natural. Similarly, when we invoke our natural love for God, that is the highest perfection of religious principle. Ahaituki apratihata. Apratihata means it cannot be checked by any material condition. Just like we want to chant Hare Krishna. This is service. This is the beginning of service actually. Chanting the glories of the Lord or praying to the Lord. Hare. Oh, the energy of the Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna. Oh Lord, please engage me in your service. So this is the prayer. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, repeatedly, please engage me, please engage me. But God can give you many things. Whatever you want, He is giving. Ye yatatmam prapadyante tam tataiva bhajamyaham. So as they surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respect, O son of Pratha. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter. He can give you even salvation. But very rarely he gives you the chance of serving him. Devotional service. So service is not an ordinary thing. This service is unimpaired, unchecked by any material condition. So Sukadeva Goswami is giving us some definition how you can be completely independent to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you see, Sukadeva Goswami, he was in renounced order of life from the very beginning of his life. As soon as he came out of the womb of his mother, he immediately left home. He was within the womb of his mother for 16 years. So he was in favor of renounced order of life, Sukadeva Goswami. There was no question of his following the other ashramas. Means for ordinary men, there are 4 ashramas, 8 ashramas, okay. For social upkeep, there are 4 ashramas, brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa. So this is for spiritual. And for social, brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya and shudra. This is social division. And there is spiritual division also. Because we are combination of matter and spirit. I am the soul, I am living within this material body. This is actual position. I am not this body. This is the beginning of spiritual education, that I am not this body. One who understands fully well that he is not this body, then the spiritual education begins. ABCD of spiritual education. And so long we are in the bodily concept of life, there is no question of spiritual education at all. Spiritual education for whom? For the human being. Also very advanced human being, not ordinary human being, at least the civilized one. Therefore, in the human society, in the civilized human society, there is acceptance of religious principle. Maybe it is Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, but there is some religion, no? A civilized society is not without religion. Without religion means animal society. The animals, they have no religion. Cats and dogs, they have no church, no temple that they have to go. It is for the human beings. Therefore, Shastra says, Dharmena hina pashabir samana. If the human society, if in the human society there is no culture of religion, then it is animal society. It is not human society. So that is why this is divided into 8 divisions. That is first class human society. Hmm? So what I was coming to tell you is our Sukadeva Goswami is giving us some definition how you can be completely independent to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now our problem is eating, sleeping, eating, sleeping. So after sleeping, there is mating and fearing. There are problems of bodily demands. So Sukadeva Goswami recommends for a serious devotee. He said, Chirani kimpati nasanti. Chirani means worn out, rejected garments. In your country, in any country, it's very usual to find in the dustbin so many things are thrown away. So sometimes nice dress is also thrown away. So Sukadeva Goswami says that if you have problem of dressing yourself, just pick up some old garment. The previous verse we saw that are not there enough tree barks to cover. But if you are Sukadeva Goswami is further telling now in this particular verse, if you have problem of dressing yourself, you are not comfortable with the trees, barks and leaves, so that's all right. You can pick up some old garments from the street. Chirani kimpati nasanti. All right, I get my garment. What about my food? He says, Chirani kimpati nasanti dishanti bhiksham angripa parabhrta. Angripa means living entity who eats by its leg, just like we eat by our hand. Do you know what is that living entity who eats by leg? Trees. Trees, yes. The trees, they eat from the root. That is their eating process. You pour water on the root of the tree, and the water, the whole tree sucks. That is their eating. Therefore, they are called hungry. They drink their food, eatables by the leg. So their qualification is parabhrta. Parabhrta means trees are meant for sustaining others. Just like a nice mango tree, it produces nice fruit, but it does not eat. It is for you. Parabhrta, maintain others. So the tree gives shelter. The tree gives fruits. You cut trees for your purpose. It does not protest. Therefore, the tree's life is dedicated for the service of others. So, Sukadeva Goswami says, whether such nice living entity who has dedicated his life for others does not give you fruits, so why you are thinking of your food problem? The food is there in the tree and the garment is there on the street. Then where is my home, apartment? Sukadeva Goswami says, Ruddha Guha Kim. Ruddha Guha. Whether the caves of the mountains are closed, are there no town clothes lying on the common road? Do the trees which exist for maintaining others no longer give alms in charity? Do the rivers being dried up no longer supply water to the thirsty? Are the caves of the mountains now closed? Or above all, does the Almighty Lord not protect the fully surrendered souls? Why then do the learned sages go to flatter those who are intoxicated by haughty and wealth? Very beautiful words, you see. They are open for you. The caves of the mountains are open for you. The trees are there to supply you food, and people throw away old garments. That's your dress. And water? Water supply, Sukadeva Goswami says, whether the rivers are dried up, there is water. In this way, he gives a very nice list so that you can become very independent. There is no problem for your bodily demands, but one has to practice. Formerly, the saints, the mendicants, the sages, they used to practice like that. That not dependent on any condition. And so far, God, He is within you. So you haven't go to anywhere to search out God. Prabhupada very beautifully told the Srila Haridas Thakur's pastime from the cave, how the snake went away. So just because the Paramatma, Krishna is there in the heart. So he makes them move. You live in a cave, you don't need to fear animals because the same Paramatma who is in your heart is also there in the animal's heart, and he will dictate the animal not to disturb you. You see how beautifully Prabhupada explains that. Huh? So you can be independent in this way. So there's no problem for executing devotional service to the Lord. And that's the highest perfection of all religious principles. Vai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshaje. But we have to practice. And that's not possible in this age of Kali. In this Kali age, it's very difficult. People are not very much interested to the most important problems of life. They are alpayusha prane, alpayusha sabya. Kalavasmin yuge jana. People are very short living and they are manda sumanda matayo. They are manda, very slow for ultimate goal of life. The ultimate goal of life is to search out or is to re-establish your lost relationship with God. That's the mission of human life. Otherwise, what is the difference between animal life and human life? Huh? Animal also busy for eating, sleeping, mating, defending, and we human being, we are also similarly busy. Then what is the difference? So this sort of civilization, simply making nice arrangement for eating, nice arrangement for sleeping and mating and defending, that's not practically human civilization. The human civilization is meant for searching out God. Nate vidu swartagatim Vishnum. They don't know, unfortunately. They've forgotten. But by good association, they can remember. Therefore, these meetings of Krishna consciousness societies giving people a chance to associate all over the world in the Bhagavatam classes, Bhagavad Gita classes, festivals, Rath Yatra, Nakar Sankirtan, Bhakti Vriksha, Namahata, youth preaching, and so on and so forth. So that people can invoke their lost relationship or forgotten relationship with Krishna. That is missionary activities of ISKCON. So that is highest gift to the human society. There are so many welfare activities in the human society. People open hospitals, schools, colleges, charitable institutions. They're very nice. But the best contribution to the human society is to revive his lost relationship with God. Huh? Just like a rich man's son. Some way or other, the rich man's son, he has left his father's home and is loitering here and there. Somebody finds him, oh, you are Mr. Such and Such. You are the son of such and such gentleman. He is very rich man. Why are you suffering here? Come with me. I shall take to your father. So this is one kind of welfare. He's sending spiritual masters, behind spiritual masters to claim us back. That rich man is Krishna. Huh? So, another welfare activity, the same person who is loitering in the street, somebody says, oh, you are hungry. All right, come on, I shall give you some bread. That is also welfare activity only. But this welfare activity to get the lost son to his father, rich father, not an ordinary father, that is the best service. Similarly, all activities, as Krishna claims in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvayonishu kaunteya sambhavanti murtayasya tasam Mahadionir Brahma Aham Bija Pradapitha. This is very important. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material world, material nature, and that I am the seed-giving father, Krishna says. In many places in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna claims all living entities as his own sons, parts, and parcels, just like your children, they are part and parcel of your body. They are not different from you. The same blood is running in his body. Similarly, our constitutional position is that the same blood of God is running in our body or in the spiritual body. I mean, we are not different in that way from God. There are two kinds of philosophers. One class of philosopher, they say that we are one with God. Another class of philosopher says that we are different. God is different from living entity. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has suggested that we are simultaneously one and different. Achinda Beda Abeda Tattva. Just like the Father and the Son, the Father is one with the Son, but at the same time, the Son is different from the Father. The Son cannot claim 10% equality with the Father. That's impossible. But the Son's body is not different from the Father's body. He's a representative of Father. Similarly, living entities, we are simultaneously one and different from God. One in the sense that all the qualities that God has, the same qualities the living entity also has. But the difference is God has all the qualities in fullness, unlimitedly. And as far as we are concerned, they have got all the godly qualities in very minute. That's the difference. Anu and Vibhu. Vibhu means unlimited. Anu means limited, minute. So we have got opulence, fame, beauty, strength, influence, knowledge, all good qualities that God has. But God has got in full and we have got in minute quantity. So anyway, qualitatively, we are one with God. Therefore, our business is how to unite with God qualitatively. That's the highest perfection of human life, naturally, right? And this chance of realization, how we can unite again with God or Krishna, that's given only in the human form of life. We are wandering in so many species of transmigration of the soul. Vasham Sijirani Yatha Vihaya. That just like the person will put on his new garments, giving up the old ones. So, similarly, the soul is also accepting new material body, giving up the old one. So, we change our dress. Similarly, we change our body. Every moment, not after death and birth only. Every moment. And finally, we are changing to another body. Not only we are changing or transmigrating from one body to another, but we are transmigrating from one planet to another also. Ah, Brahma Bhuvana Loka. So these things are there in Bhagavad Gita. How are we changing our planets? That is also explained. Urdhvam gachanti sattvasta madhye tishtanti rajasa jaganya guna vrittista adho gachanti tamasha. So those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planet. Those in the mode of passion will live on the earthly planet, and those who are in the mode of ignorance will go down to the hellish worlds down below. In this way, we also transmigrate to different planets. Those who are developing the modes of goodness, good qualities, they are gradually being promoted to higher planetary system, heavenly planets, Satyaloka, Janaloka, Maharloka. In those planets, the duration of life is very long. The possibilities of sense enjoyment is very nice. Everything thousand and thousand times better than this human life. This is not very difficult to understand. Huh? So, even within this planet, the standard of living is far nice, better than some other country. Huh? Similarly, there are hundreds and millions of planets, other planets, where the standard of living is far better and superior. So, we are, according to our work, we are sometimes promoted to those planets, and sometimes the lower grade planets, adho gachanti tamasha. So, this is going on. I don't know how long, since what time we have begun this wandering in 14 planetary system in 8,400,000 different bodies, changing and changing and changing. So Lord Chaitanya is telling, E Rupe Brahmande Brahmite Kode Bhagyavan Jeev. He says that the living entities are wandering in such a way in different life in different planets, lower and higher. In this way, if he is fortunate enough, Kon Bhagyavan Jeev, he comes in contact with the bona fide spiritual master, Guru Krishna Kripa Paye Bhakti Lata Beach. Grace of Krishna, grace of Guru. That means if anyone is fortunate, he will come in contact with the Guru and Krishna, a bona fide spiritual master and Krishna. And what is the benefit? The benefit is Guru Krishna Kripai Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. The benediction from the bona fide spiritual master and Lord is that a sense of devotional service is invoked. That's the gift. That's a gift. He doesn't give anything, material opulence. Of course, if one is advanced in spiritual consciousness, material happiness is not very rare for him. That's automatically there. But the gift of Krishna and spiritual master is to inject him, not inject, the devotional service, love of God. Just to invoke that. So the devotional service is not artificial. In every one of you, there is dormant devotional service, as I have already explained. But they are exhibited in a different way. Instead of loving God, the devotional service is diverted in loving a dog. But the love is there. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti Sadhya Kabunaya. Pure love for Krishna is eternally established in the hearts of all the living entities. Krishna consciousness movement is not an artificial thing that we have manufactured, something ideal thing concocted, and we are preaching to the world that you become Krishna conscious. No. The Krishna conscious is there already. What is that Krishna conscious? To love God. The propensity to love God. That is that. We are simply helping. Try to love God, then you will be happy. That's a mission. So, this Krishna consciousness movement is postgraduate position of all religion. You accept Christianity, very good. You accept Mohammedanism, Islamism, very good. You accept Hinduism, it's all right. We have no quarrel with Hindus and Muslims or Christians or Buddhists. But our objective is that religion means there is connection, relationship with God. Take, for example, Christian religion. They accept God. God created this, the beginning of Bible. That's a fact. So the God consciousness is there. God is great. The God consciousness is there. Now these Christians, holidays, you have begun in different countries, throughout the whole month of December. You will observe nice festivities. Why? Where it began? God consciousness. Lord Christ, He came to give you God consciousness. And in His relationship, these festivities are going on. It may be, degraded in another form, but the beginning is God consciousness. But we have lost it. So people cannot be happy without reviving God consciousness. It may be named in a different way, Krishna consciousness. That means God consciousness. That is the necessity. He is trying to love somebody. That somebody's love will be perfected when he loves Krishna. So, we are teaching that. Try to love God. If you love God, if you love Krishna, then automatically you love everybody. That's a perfection of love. The example is just like if you love your stomach, you supply nice food to your stomach. That means you love all the parts of your body. If you supply foodstuff in the stomach, the energy is distributed in all parts of the body. That means you love all parts of the body. If you love the tree, you pour water on the root, and the water is distributed to the branches, fruits, flowers, leaves, everywhere. So you try to love God, and you will see that you are loving even an ant. There are many examples in the history how a man became universal lover. So there was a hunter. The hunter was taking pleasure by killing animals, half killing, not full, half. When the same hunter became a devotee, he was not prepared to kill even an ant. So this is love of God. This is the sign that the same hunter who was killing every day so many animals, when he became a great devotee of Lord, he was not willing, because he becomes vastly learned. To become lover of God means fully enlightened in consciousness. He sees that here is an ant. This living entity, a small living entity, is also part and parcel of Krishna. By his own work, he has got this insignificant body as an ant. I have got this human form of body, but that does not mean any difference between the soul and the soul. Pandita Samadarshina. When it becomes actually, when a man becomes actually learned, he is Samadarshina. He sees everyone on the equal level. The Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments, Guru Maharaj was telling in the classes, in the previous few classes. The one command is that thou shalt not kill. Guru Maharaj was telling the first commandment, or the second one, to love God. With all thy soul, mind, body, everything. So, another commandment says that thou shalt not kill. But I am sorry to feel that killing propensity is so great in the Christian world. Why? Huh? Because there is lack of love of God. Thou shalt not kill. And now there is organized killing process, slaughterhouses. Hmm. How they are following the Christian principle then? When it is clearly stated, thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not tease your neighbor. So why should I tease an animal neighbor? These defects are due to lack of love of God only. Therefore, the whole problems of the world can be solved only by this movement. How to love God? This is a very sane proposal. Let anybody come before us. We shall be able to convince him that this is the only solution for all the problems of the world. You try to love God, and everything will be solved. Otherwise, there is no possibility. Nate viduswartha gatim hi vishnum durasaya ye bahirattamanina. These are stated in Srimad Bhagavatam. Andayathandair upaniyamanas te apesa tantriyamurudam nibadda. They don't know what is the solution of world problems. What is that solution? They don't know the solution is Swartagatim Vishnum. Your interest is to love God. Unfortunately, you have been misled. Durashaya, by a false hope. Bahirattamanina, by external energy. The leaders, they are preaching love of God. Nobody's interested. If we had given some political bluff that here will be such and such parties meeting and it will give you heaven hand to hand. Oh, people will throng, you see, because they are cheating. Satya bole tamhare lagta. Na? There is a nice poet like that. He says that if you tell the truth, people will come with their logs to hurt you. And if you bluff them, they will be very nicely followers. This is a position. Actually, this is the solution. It's not that this Krishna consciousness movement or Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada who has started, he has concocted this idea. No, it is standard. You come to argument, to reason, this formula that your interest is to love God. You have no other interest in this human form of life. Then your problems of life will be solved. Otherwise, there is no possibility. If any other person is giving you any other idea, he is simply misleading you. So, that is also stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Anda yatandair upaniyamana. Just like a blind man is leading another blind man. You see, what he will do. If a blind man says, come on, come along with me, I shall cross you this road. What is the benefit of this assurance? He is blind himself. Therefore, in spite of so much endeavor in the United Nations for the last 20 or 25 or 50 years, there is no solution. Simply the flags are increasing. That's all. Flags are increasing means what? Still there are breaking into different units. Instead of becoming united, the flags are increasing. Just see. So, say for example, India. India got independent. Immediately there was a break. India and Pakistan. It has become two countries. Just see. Like that. So this sort of bluffing blind leaders cannot make happy the human society. This is the only solution to push on Krishna consciousness movement. Love of God. Everyone will be happy. Vishwam Purnam Sukhayate. Whole universe will be just like Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means without anxiety. The material civilization means full of anxiety. Everyone, even animal, bird, everyone is anxious. The bird, you give him some grains, it will eat, but it will look like this. Oh, if somebody is not coming to kill me. So it's still in anxiety. America is such a great nation, big nation, but they are full of anxiety. Russia is not coming, China is not coming, the Vietnam is here, China is also, oh, America is doing something, oh, let us see. This is going on. What is this greatness? Increasing the anxieties. Sadha samudvigna dhyam asadgrahat. So because they have accepted something unreal, that won't give them happiness. Here is the reality, love of God. You take it. Don't expect that it will be taken by all the nations, all the people. You take it individually and see how much you are happy individually. That is the way we preach. So we have no place. So we don't mind. We can sit down underneath a tree and preach this Krishna consciousness movement. Hmm? So, like that. And automatically things will fall into place. This is, you know, the way. Yato bhaktir adokshaje. Individually, everyone. So primary duty and secondary duty and all duty is to simply render loving devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the Transcendental Lord Adokshaja. We need to understand. So, whether you are following Varnashrama Dharma or anything, Sukadeva Goswami, he is a sannyasi. He is a renounced order from the very beginning of his life. He never entered into any ashrama or varna. He is Paramahamsa. Paramahamsa means the topmost amongst the sannyasis are called Paramahamsa. Within sannyasi, Paramahamsa is the topmost. Sannyasis, they are called, there are four stages in the sannyasi life. Beginning, sannyasi, Kutichaka, then he becomes Bahudaka, then he becomes Parivrajakacharya, and then finally he becomes Paramahamsa. Kutichaka means as soon as he accepts the sannyasa order, he has to accept sannyasa order, and after grihastha, so there is vanaprastha and then sannyasa. So brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa. So in the beginning, especially the brahmanas and the kshatriyas, two classes, higher classes, they have to take sannyasa at the end. At least the brahmanas must take sannyasa. So the brahmanas, they've got four ashramas: brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyasa. The kshatriya have got three ashrama: brahmachari, grihastha, and vanaprastha. No sannyasa for kshatriyas. And the vaishya, they got only brahmachari and grihastha. Neither vanaprastha nor sannyasa. And for Shudra, simply one grihastha. That's all. This is the Vedic order. So, because it's very difficult to maintain sannyasa in this age of Kali, therefore sannyasa order is completely prohibited. Real sannyasi means Chirani kim napati santi. In this verse, you can see they have to pick up some torn cloth lying on the street and cover them. That's all. Then this Dishanti Bhiksham, Naivangripa, Angri means legs. I already told. The trees drink water through the root. That is leg. They're eating through the legs. But so far, our Krishna consciousness movement is that we are not like that, Mayavadi sannyasa or anybody else. Our sannyasa is completely devote life for serving Krishna. Sannyasa means Sat Nyasa. Nyasa means give up. Sat, Om Tat Sat, the absolute truth. So, for the service of the absolute truth, Krishna, we give up our family life. Family life means to give up the whole world because people are struggling hard just to maintain the family. So, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated, Nidraya hriyate naktam vyavayena chavavaya divachate haya rajan kutumba baranena va. In the beginning of this particular this thing, yesterday only we saw, not yesterday, few days before, in the second canto, first chapter. So this is the materialistic life. Was that at night nidraya, if one can get the opportunity of sleeping 24 hours, he thinks he is very much gainer, especially on Sunday. So this is materialistic. It is gain. In Calcutta, so many offices, peons and everybody, and they, the Dalhousie Square, there is a downtown square, Dalhousie Square. They will take the peon, book and letter and come to the Dalhousie Square and lay down and sleep up to 4 o'clock, you see. Then they will return to the office. And if the master asks him, why you were so late? No, this man was not there. I could not find him. What I can do, even the peons, they were supposed to deliver the letters, So they go and sleep and then they come back to the office. You understand? So material life means nidraya hriyate naktam. At night they want to sleep as much as possible, or those who have got facility, then they utilize sex life. Nirdhyata hridaya bhartum vyavayena cha. Vyavayena means sex. In this way, wasting time. The whole 12 hours or 10 hours wasted. And during daytime, Diva Charte Haya Rajan. Where is money? Where is money? Where is money? So from the early morning, the road is congested. People are going to working place here, thither and thither. Why? For seeking money, 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 money. Where is money? Where is money? Diva Charte Haya Rajan. Then when he gets money, then spend it for sense gratification, for family maintenance. So in this way, materialistic person wastes their time day and night. Huh? So where is time? Ask any materialistic person, why don't you come to our temple, sir? Why don't you hear Bhagavad Gita? We have not time because we are wasting time in that way. You see, so this is the materialistic life. And spiritualistic life means that one should be trained up as a brahmachari, then regulated life in grihastha, then grihastha is not bad, family life is not bad. Therefore, it is called grihastha ashrama. Ashrama means the very word is meant for spiritual cultivation is practiced. Then it is called ashrama. So, it may be household life, it may be renounced order of life, it may be brahmachari, student's life, or it may be vanaprastha, retired life. The spiritual culture must be there. That is human civilization. If there is no spiritual culture, that is not human society. That is called animal society. The cats and dogs, they have no spiritual culture. So, Sukadeva Goswami says, why you are anxious for your maintenance? What do you want for your maintenance? I want an apartment, I want clothing, I want food, I want water, so many things that is necessary. Therefore, he says, all right, if you want clothes, don't you find torn cloth thrown in the street? Chirani, Kimna, Patin, Pati, Santi, don't you find? All right, I can collect, pick up some cloth, that's all right. Then where is my food? Sukadeva Goswami says, Naivang Gripa Parabrutha Vaiksham na dishanti. The trees is meant for, fruit trees, I mean. So they used to go to jungle means there are enough fruits. So they can eat that. Food problem is also solved. Water, rivers are there. Water problem is solved. Saritho api ashusyam. Do you think that all the rivers are dried up? Enough water is there. Then you may say that I must require some pot to take the water. No, you take water like this in the hands, palm. You drink. Then where shall I live? Ruddha Guhakim. Do you think all the caves of the mountains, they are closed now? So there are many caves. If you want all the shelter, they are already there. Natural rooms, apartment. You can live there. Ruddha Guhakim. And above all, Sukadeva Goswami says, Kimajito avati no pasanan, na avati upasanan. Matlab, why you have surrendered to the Danis. So Ajita means God. God's another name is Ajita. A means not. Ajita means conquered. One who cannot conquer him. He is Ajita. Nobody can conquer God. That is God. And God is never conquered by anyone. He conquers everyone. And God is conquered by his devotees, not by the demons. The demons are conquered by God, but devotee can conquer. Ajito api jitopi. Although God is Ajita, he becomes Jita, means conquered by his devotees. Sthane sthita sruti gatham thanuvan manobi. Prayen Ajita jitopi asi. Taistrailokyam. So this process, open centers of ISKCON by mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev all over the world. The spiritual system is available to hear. Shruti. Shruti means ear, oral reception. Everybody can listen to Bhagavatam classes. Now we take advantage of, like utilities, a principle, taking this online. So from anywhere also you can listen at any situation. You can listen to this Bhagavatam. All these facilities are provided by this wonderful ISKCON movement under the direction of Rupa Goswami, as the desire of Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he never says that you will never find in the Bhagavad Gita that Krishna says to Arjuna, you give up this fighting and go to jungle or to the Himalaya, become perfect person. No, Krishna never says that. Manmanavava madbhakto madhyaji imam namaskuru. You follow this principle. Always think of me, Manmana. Madbhakta, you become my devotee. Madhyaji, worship me. Offer your obeisances unto me. These four things you can do anywhere. It doesn't matter. Huh? But we do all these things. Narottam Das Thakura says, Grihe tako, Vane tako, Sada Gauranga Bole tako. Huh? Either you remain as Grihastha with family, wife, children, it doesn't matter. Or either you live in the forest like sannyasi, renounced, no problem. In whichever position you prefer, you can remain. But do things, these things. What? Man manabhava mad bhaktam adhyarjimam namaskuru. So, Sukadeva Goswami is advising here, very important word, Kim Ajito na avati upasanna. Ajita means Supreme Lord Krishna. He is maintaining everybody. Yogakshema Mahamyaham, he says. He will not maintain a person who is fully surrendered to him or what? Huh? So how it can be? Suppose a gentleman is maintaining so many others' children. He is running another ashram and he does not maintain his own children or what? Surely he does in a better way. Therefore, the principle should be, we should not think about our personal maintenance. We should dedicate our life for Krishna and Krishna will take care of us. Those who have forgotten Krishna, even they have taken care of by Krishna through their agent, like the Anadha Ashrama children. Then what to speak of his own children? A rich man who is running an Anadha Ashrama, will not he take care of his own children? Like that, the devotees of own children of Krishna, you think he will not take care of them? When he is taking care of everybody here in the material world who forgot, who became atheist, who deny Krishna, who treat him as enemy, even they are being maintained by him. Why not his own devotees? Don't be harassed. Huh? How I shall be maintained? That's not the problem. Maintenance is not a problem. Real problem is how we shall be fully surrendered to Krishna. That is wanted. Upasannan. Upasannan means those who have surrendered. So if we are fully surrendered souls, then there is no problem for our economic advancement. That's automatically, it will be done. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Tesham nitya vittanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. He personally takes care. He is taking care of others also. Nobody is dying for want of food. This is a misconception. Everyone is getting food according to his capacity. 8,400,000 species of life. 8 million or lower grade, fishes, plant, insects, trees, Jalajana Valakshani, Stavara, Lakshavimsati. Padma Purana says 8 million. They have no business. They have no means of other income. By nature, they are getting their all supplies. So why not the human being? Even the uncivilized human being, they are living in the jungle. They have no business. They have no source of income, but still they are getting food. Similarly, why the civilized man should be so much anxious for their maintenance? Yeah. Huh? So it's due to lack of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, they're thinking, how I shall remain. The maintenance is already there. Simply, you have to work. You just till the ground or the field and sow some seeds, and naturally in due course of time, one seed will give you thousands. So if your little work there is no question of scarcity of foodstuff. Krishna has given everything. Our main business should be how to develop our dormant love for Krishna, the Krishna consciousness. That is our first business, second business, third business, and all business. Everyone should endeavor. We have lost our Krishna consciousness. Therefore, we got so many problems in life. If you revive your Krishna consciousness, all problems will be solved. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, very instructive verses he has written, that we are carried away by the waves of this material nature, and sometimes we have drowned and sometimes we are up. Manasasthani indriyani prakriti sthanika shakti. So our struggle for existence in this way, in this material world, in this way, we are being carried away by the waves of time. That is pointed out by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Mayar boshe jhacho beshe khacho habuduba. Habudubu. Then, yes, I am actually in this position. How to save me? Jeev Krishnadas, e Vishwas, correlatoar. If simply you believe, this is a fact. If you believe or not believe, this is a fact. What is that fact? I am eternal servant of Krishna. I am eternal servant of Krishna. You simply revive your knowledge. We are not master. Jeev Krishna Das, e Vishwas, korle to ar duko nai. So if we revive our Krishna consciousness and engage in the service of the Lord, then there is no more any anxiety, any problem. That is instructed throughout the whole Bhagavad Gita. Sarvadharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam braja. So that is clearly said. So we have to take to that because we are being carried away by the laws of nature. You are thinking foolishly that you are independent. Everyone is under the stringent law of nature that you cannot avoid. You are. If I am a young man, I am thinking that I shall not become old man. I shall remain young. That is foolishness. You must become old. That is nature's answer. You cannot avoid it. Similarly, if you think that this is old body, when it is finished, everything is finished. No, it will not be finished. You will have to accept another beginning, another body. This is material life. These foolish men, they don't know that. They are thinking that I shall remain in this prosperous position throughout. No, sir. This is not prosperous position. It's all miserable condition. And even if you take it as prosperous position, you will not be allowed to stay. This is material life. This is the problem. But foolish men, they don't know what is the real problem. They are busy in the small problem. The real problem is birth, death, old age, and disease. So the opportunity is in this human form of life. So we should take advantage of this human form of life and solve these problems of birth, death, old age, disease. And it can be solved very easily. That is Krishna consciousness. If you simply try to understand Krishna, what is this Krishna? Why he has come down? What is his purpose? What is his life? In this way, try to understand Krishna, and if you are sincere, Krishna will give you the intelligent buddhi yogam dadamitam yene mamupayanti te. If you try to understand Krishna sincerely, then Krishna will give you intelligence how to understand him. And as soon as you understand him, you are liberated. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yoveti tattvaha. That is liberation. Krishna said. And the process is to know it, not by challenge. Krishna, what you are, please tell me. Krishna is not your father's servant. You have to become servant first of all. Then Krishna will tell you. It's not a challenge. It's by submission. You have to understand Krishna, and it is not very, submissive. Man manabhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Therefore, Krishna is present here to accept your obeisances, to accept your worship, to accept, recognize you as a devotee. Krishna is there. So follow the principles, follow the instruction of the spiritual master, how to worship Krishna, how to offer him obeisances, how to think of him 24 hours. In this way, if we live very nicely, then the time will come when we will understand thoroughly Krishna. And as soon as we understand thoroughly Krishna, then immediately you are transferred to the spiritual world. After giving up this body or within this body, doesn't matter. So this is the verdict that Suta Goswami is trying to tell Parikshit Maharaj. Thank you very much. If any questions or comments or realization, please do share with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much for the association. We'll wind up and start our Rishimor class on Monday sharp at 8 o'clock. Till then, Grandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Patitapan Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Vaishnav Pranam. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.